This time at the Quick Speed Shop, we're going to be working on the box on the Model A Hot Rod Shop Truck. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Alright, I'm back at it here. Is this on? Okay. Alright, I'm back at it here on the box. I've got a couple little repairs I have to do. You can see right here, there's some rust under the stake pocket, and then this piece of sheet metal right here needs to be replaced, and I got just a little bit of rust over here going up this pan. So what I plan on doing is I want to leave as many of the original rivets up here as possible. But you see they stop down here and this just gets spot welded together. I'm going to remove this piece, I'm going to grind these 3 rivets down, eliminate these 3 lower rivets on both sides, and replace these pieces. And on this side over here, that's all it's going to be replaced is up to the 3 rivets, so this will be fine. On this side, I'm going to have to cut around these rivets because I want to leave them in play and for the look of having the original rivets, and I'll just spot weld the repair around them. So the first thing I got to do is take the grinder, I'm going to grind these heads off, then we're going to use the air chisel and this little cutoff wheel. I'm going to zing up through the metal here and then air chisel that piece off. So let me get the grinding and then we'll go from there. Okay, I got all the rust cut out here. I went and I've ground up underneath here where the metal's going to sit. And I actually took the rivets out of this side and I ground the back side off but saved the heads. And when I put the new piece in here, I'm going to drill these through and then tack weld on the outside and put the rivet heads back in for these 4 rivets here so it matches the other side. So the next thing is to do, I'm going to form up some sheet metal to box this in. But before I do that, I want to primer all inside this channel. There's since this is open, it's got epoxy primer in here, but I want to get up inside the box here and these edges. I want to do all this, and then when I go to spot weld the new piece of sheet metal on here, I'll just grind the clean spot where it's going to weld, or if I had some weld through primer I could use that, which I don't have any right now, so I'll just put regular primer on here and I'll just grind it back down bare where the welds are going to be. But I want to get this protected so it doesn't have any bare metal on the inside. And then I'm also going to scuff up this primer and paint the inside of the box while I'm at it real fast for tonight, and then tomorrow we'll make the sheet metal. Okay, it's the next day, I'm back at it, and I went and I primered the inside of the channel like I said I was going to, and I've cut out my piece of filler strip that we need to fill this gap here. It's a little longer than we need right now, but disaster earlier. I got another video coming out probably before or after this, one of the two. But I smashed the crap out of this thumb with a handle on my high lift jack. Ow! Damn it. Look at this, it's all swelled up compared to that one. That one's huge. My thumb's up. My hand's all smashed and sore. Man, I don't think it's broke because I can do that with it. It's just really sore. So I'm working tender around that. So back out of here. But the first thing I gotta do is I gotta roll this in here. Try to figure out what we got. A little marker action here. Here, roll one there. There. Try about there. This will be about the middle bend here. I'm just gonna bend this over the top of the vise. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Get in there. A little more tight right there. Just look at this. Getting there. Yeah, I think I can just clamp this right into place. The hard part's going to be figuring out how much it's going to suck up over here. Because I got to go up the hill just a little bit. I'm going to trim this side long, but shorter than this so I can get in here better. I got it clamped in here a lot better now. I've just got to do a little bit of trimming down where this flat stock comes down. It fits in this patch good. It'll clamp right back tight into that corner. It's almost there right now. And this side I trimmed about a half inch long, but I've held it down and clamped it, and I've marked it where I need to trim it here so I can trim this to a final dimension. And I'm going to drill some spot weld holes in this, and it will spot weld down the other piece. But before I do weld it in, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to primer the back side of it so it's got rust protection on the back side of it as well. Okay, I got my spot weld holes drilled out here, and I've marked them with a silver marker on the black primer. So I can take this off now. See all the holes here? I'll plug weld through all these. I'm just going to clean it up and primer the back side. This tape is where there's a plug weld from the bottom side here. Actually, there's one on that side too. So I'll mark those off and get this ready to spray. And I'll grind some shiny spots where this marker is, and a couple other areas, and then we'll fire up the welder and weld her in here. There we go. I got it all primered up here. Where am I? There we go. I got all primered up here in the bottom. I got this all ground down here where the spot welds are going to be. I'll just blow this out here, and then I just got to do a little bit of grinding on this edge, make this fit perfect, and we'll get it all fit up in here and ready to weld. Alright, it's coming in good here. I've gone ahead and laid the piece on, and I tacked it along the edges here, and I've been filling in the tacks, but this will weld up pretty flush and come out nice. Then I started here, and I'm working it around to keep it tight to the stake pocket piece. I got my plug welds in here. I just got one back here. I'm just kind of working the piece across, clamping as I go, and like moving the plug welds around and working it right up around to the other side. And all the gaps are up tight, and it looks like it's going all right. So I'm going to keep working at it here. I got it all welded on here. It looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and grind down all these plug welds and then clean up this weld over here. And I've got to drill 4 holes. I'm going to put the original rivets back in and just going to plug weld them from the back, but the rivet heads will be here on the inside and they'll match over there on the passenger side. Where's my grinder? Bam, there we go. The metal work's all done now. I got it all ground down and then de-ate it here. I'm going to put some primer on it. I got my rivets back in here. I just drilled them through from the back side to the original holes and then pushed them through and hammered them down and then just welded on the back side. So now it's got the original 6 rivets there. And this is ground pretty close. You can still see the weld line a little bit, but inside the box I'm not worried about it. The floor of the box is going to be about up here anyways. About 2 inches above the steel, so you're not going to see most of this, and it's going to be all scratched up anyway, some hauling junk in here, so it's good enough. It's all metal, ready to rock and roll. So I'm just going to fog a little primer on it and see what it looks like and get it ready for paint. Alright, bam, it's the next day. The primer's all dry. I got it scuffed up ready for paint. My thumb still hurt. It's still swelled up pretty good, but I don't think it's broken because I can do that with it and bend it and move it around a lot better than it was. I think it's just severely purple and smashed. You'll have that. So hopefully in the next video I'm not wearing a cast on this after getting it fixed. But in the meantime, I'm ready to throw the paint on this. I want to use Herculiner bed liner material to use on the underside of this where it sits on the frame, and I can't find any quart sizes at the auto parts store. I got to go find some other stuff in it. Now it's late, so I can't get any today. But I'm going to coat the bottom of the bed with that, so it's got a rubber barrier between the box and the frame, just so that they don't rub on each other and wear the paint off. I like to do that in all my old cars. I line the inside of the fenders, and where they like bolt onto the body, I always paint them a Herculiner because it makes a nice rubber coating for anti-friction, anti-rub, anti-rattle, and anti-moisture and all that. So I get that done, but the box is all done here. Got to work on the wood floor for it, but that'll be one of the last steps. So I'm just going to paint up the rest of this and then set this aside, and we'll get it ready to mount back on the truck. I also need to paint the 2 frame covers. I'll do that as well when I'm doing this. But I guess that's the end of the video for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop for more Model A Hot Rod Shop Truck action. Hopefully without a broken thumbs up thumb. And I hope it gets less swollen and less painful and stops turning purple and starts working again. It seems to be working better now. I can almost play a video game or something, or hit a detonator on a big old school TNT switch. Boom! So anyways, we'll see you later. Bruised thumbs up.